MUDRYK and JOAO FELIX are the football players that we definitely are focusing on right about now. As you know, attacking firepower is what is definitely needed at Arsenal. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being part of this podcast. And make your point, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you do not miss out on whatever we've got to bring to you. As long as it is potent, as long as it is Arsenal related, we are always definitely dedicated to bringing to you the latest right here. So, guess what we're talking about today? We definitely mainly are talking about two major signings, two big players, and that's JOAO FELIX, who is Portuguese international, and also living along JOAO FELIX. And we will also be talking about MYKHAILO, who is also a very good football player. And the mere fact, looking at the table where Arsenal is and why these signings are definitely needed, we will be concluding that it is something that is going to be quite great. So let us know in the comment section, as you already know, that some of the signings that were anticipated, some of the signings that were needed included one that was lost to Manchester United, and that was Cody Gakpo, who was also Cody Gakpo it was anticipated that Cody Gakpo is going to be coming to Arsenal, but didn't happen. But right about now, there is quite big opportunity for the club Arsenal, as everything is going on quite well for the club Arsenal, and we can say things have definitely gone on quite well. So which part of the world are you watching from? Which part of the country where you are from? Just make your point, subscribe, and ring down notification bell so you do not miss out on what we've got to bring to you, as long as it is sports and as long as it is Arsenal related. So let's dig deep into this. Let's dig deep into this. We need to know what's going on. You need to know if you need to know what's going on, who is going where, who is definitely remaining at the club. All you need to do is to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you do not miss out on whatever we've got to bring to, as long as it is potent, as long as it is Arsenal related. We are always definitely dedicated. So let's see, whom should we start with? First of all, let's start with JOAO FELIX or MYKHAILO. Let's start with JOAO FELIX. First of all, JOAO FELIX, you can drop your comment about this, what you think about this, and we can always definitely move along. So let's start with JOAO FELIX. You will remember that JOAO FELIX is a Portuguese football player who has been playing with the Atletico Madrid club and also the Portugal national team, and it has come out that he is definitely one of the best that Arsenal can have, and there's been quite a bit of competition among his clubs, as Manchester United wanted this gentleman, Arsenal wanted this gentleman, and also Chelsea. So there has been a little bit of competition for this gentleman, but there is something that is not. It could be an advantage for Arsenal, but you as an Arsenal fan, you need to analyze this and see whether it's worth or not. It will be remembered that Atletico Madrid asked for £19 million for 6 months until the end of the season. Because he will be moving, it will be a loan deal. He'll be moving on a loan deal. So Atletico Madrid are definitely asking for £19 million for 6 months. Does Arsenal have that sort of money? Is it worth for Arsenal to sign this gentleman on loan for this period of time? For just 6 months, just until the end of the season. Remember that there is a situation in the Arsenal camp where Gabriel Jesus is definitely injured, and this is something that is not going on quite well for the club Arsenal. With Gabriel Jesus' injury, a perfect replacement, or actually a football player who can be rated more than Gabriel Jesus is definitely needed. So if JOAO FELIX definitely goes to Arsenal, what will be the impact of what importance will he be to the club? Is it worth investing in him, or it is just a waste of money? You need to let us know your opinion in the comment section, and we will definitely be moving along. So let's JOAO FELIX. First of all, there is a big possibility of JOAO FELIX joining Arsenal. Chance is quite big. There is quite big chance for JOAO FELIX joining Arsenal because uh, there was a bit of I don't know how I can call it, but between manager and player, between manager and player, there was something that was not quite good between manager and player. Diego Simeone was not at good terms. Actually, he's not at good terms with JOAO FELIX. And JOAO FELIX has always tried to make sure that he plays quite well. But some of the managers are really hard to impress. Managers like Diego Simeone, a very complicated manager. And that's why possibly he's failed with this gentleman, JOAO FELIX. And Atletico Madrid as a club have come out and said, definitely this gentleman is up and ready for sale. And any club that is interested in this gentleman can bring the money and they will definitely have him. If personal terms are agreed, a medical will be scheduled and everything. So Arsenal definitely didn't take this lightly. They had to make sure they go in for this gentleman. And there was a meeting with Judge Mendes, who is the agent of JOAO FELIX. And it was definitely a positive result that Arsenal brought up. Arsenal got positive result from JOAO FELIX's agent, Judge Mendes, who is a very great one. So I don't think there is any problem for a club like Arsenal, which is in the first position. You all remember that Arsenal is in the first position and it's been playing quite well. So there won't be any big problem with Arsenal getting a football player like him and winning the Premier League title. I mean, if Arsenal can get JOAO FELIX at £19 million on loan for 6 months, it will be remembered that Mikel Arteta doesn't have another alternative, a greater alternative for this gentleman who's here, for the injured Gabriel Jesus. So that's a bit challenging for both sides. It's a bit challenging. So if they invest in quite a lot of money, if they invest in this amount of money, that definitely means it's going to be massive. It's going to be great. It's going to be something that everybody will definitely like, because there is no problem in investing in quite a lot of money. Not £19 million and taking the English Premier League title. We'll remember that Arsenal last took the English Premier League title. When was that? I was in 2003, 2004. And that was the last time Arsenal took the Premier League title, 2003, 2004. And it was an unbeaten run, a good run for Arsenal. And ever since that, that joy has not come to Arsenal at all. So what do you think? Do you think it's worth, or it will be just a waste of money? Just make your point, subscribe, ring that notification bell so you do not miss out on whatever we bring to you. As we are telling you that JOAO FELIX is definitely one of the best that Arsenal is going to be signing, and is going to be quite great, with a possibility of signing him standing at 80%. And 20% because of 20% is done because of the competition that is in for the player, with Chelsea trying to see. When we look at Chelsea, I don't think if Chelsea sign this gentleman, I think they'll definitely have made a big mistake, because Chelsea is way struggling, and they are not. They should be building their club just like Mikel Arteta did. They should be building their club rather than buying a 6 month on loan football player. So the football player who actually, not even the football player, the club that is in position of getting a football player like MUDRYK should be, not MUDRYK, sorry, JOAO FELIX should be Arsenal. Arsenal are in the best position, and JOAO FELIX has always said that he has got no problem with playing for Arsenal And that's one of the possibilities that's a good sign, because if a football player likes playing for a club, that definitely is the biggest sign. If a football player likes the club, that is the first, or you can call it the immediate sign that there is going to be quite a lot of progress in the club. So let us know what you think in the comment section about this, and make your point, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you do not miss out on whatever we've got to bring to you. As long as it is sports and as long as it is Arsenal related, we are always the first people to bring to you the latest, as we're talking about JOAO Felix, who performed quite well. So looking at how JOAO Felix performed recently in the World Cup when he was playing for Portugal, I think everybody who understands a little bit about football, you could see how dangerous JOAO Felix was when it came to World Cup. He performed quite well, put an extraordinary performance, and that's why many clubs are definitely wanting to have him. However, getting into a little bit depth in this gentleman, it will be remembered that this gentleman's contract at Atletico Madrid runs up to 2026, and that leaves a big gap. That's 4 years. That's 4 years at Atletico Madrid. And the fact that it runs out in 2026, that's a very long period of time to wait. And you'll remember that Atletico Madrid had to cash in quite a lot of money, over £100 million, when they were trying to get this gentleman. So he will be extremely expensive to get as a football player. But Arsenal can have him, and they see how. I think the winning formula should be Arsenal get JOAO Felix, and once they have him on loan for £19 million, there is a possibility that he is going to help Arsenal obtain the Premier League title. You cannot, Edin Nketiah is okay. He's a very good football player, but you cannot rely on Edin Nketiah for the Premier League title. Because he won't score as many goals. I don't think so. I don't think he will be able to score as many goals. If the option that Arsenal has is only Edin Nketiah in the forward section, that definitely leaves quite a lot to ask yourself about. Edin Nketiah is a good football player, I must admit. He's a very wonderful football player, but not experienced enough like the likes of the Portuguese football player, and also the Atletico Madrid football player. That is none other than this gentleman, JOAO Felix. So JOAO Felix has always played well. He's always played well. A very wonderful football player, very talented, with no doubt, with definitely no doubt. Everybody can see how he's been performing very well. And so there shouldn't be any reason as to why Arsenal shouldn't have him. If Arsenal want him, that definitely will mean that Arsenal can have him. So let us know what you think in the comment section so that you do not miss out on whatever we've got to bring to you. As long as it is sports and as long as it is Arsenal related, we're definitely dedicated to bring to you the latest right here. As we are talking about transfers, who's going where and who's remaining at the club, and not forgetting who is the club definitely buying. So we also need to look at the table, and you see you need to see where Arsenal is and why it definitely needs these players, so that we can definitely move along. I need to get you the Premier League table so that you can see and compare and get to understand why Arsenal is quite important. Why it is definitely important for Arsenal to get these players. So let us know in the comment section what you think about this. As you can see, Manchester City is Arsenal is in the first position with 44 points. The Manchester City is the second position with 36 points. Newcastle in the third position with 35 points. That game between Newcastle and Arsenal was quite disturbing. And then Manchester United, that won 3-0, has 35 points. You can see the difference between Arsenal and Manchester City. You can see it's just a small difference So the difference needs to widen, and for this to happen, this definitely means that strikers are definitely needed at the club. So if Arsenal can have both strikers, then why not? Why not? Why not? If you can have both strikers, definitely. Why not? So you can see that draw, Arsenal should have won that game anyway. I still think that Arsenal should have won that game. So let us know what you think in the comment section so that you do not miss out on what we've got to bring to you, as long as it is sports and as long as it is Arsenal related. We are always the first people to bring to you the latest right here. So are we still talking about the Atletico Madrid football player whom Arsenal has been eyeing? But the only thing that is in this transfer, the negative thing, could turn it positive, is the 6 months. 6 months. 6 months is not enough for a football player. But Atletico Madrid said they are not going to be selling him, but they can loan him for 6 months on £19 million. So what do you think about £19 million in 6 months? I think that's quite a lot of money for a very short period of time. But if Arsenal need the Premier League title, what can they do? They can definitely have him and also be in a position of getting another football player, and that is none other than Mikhail MUDRYK. So anyway, things can also overturn, as you already know that Arsenal are looking forward to. They are much into this young lad. They are much into this gentleman. So, or you can see and compare. When you look at this gentleman and him coming to Arsenal or him going to Arsenal, you can definitely see that when he gets to Arsenal on a £19 million for 6 months, there are possibilities, and very big possibilities, that if he performs quite well, if he performs very well for Arsenal, scores 9-10 goals for Arsenal before the end of the season and helps Arsenal win the Premier League title, then that means the Stan Kroenke and Josh Kroenke will be in a position, definitely, they will be in a position of, Stan Kroenke and Josh Kroenke would be in a position of getting this gentleman. They will invest, and they will invest into the club, pay whatever is needed for this gentleman to play for Arsenal. So you can let us know what you think, whether you think it's going to be a very wonderful signing or whether you think it's just another waste of money. But I personally think if they can get him, that will definitely be great. And so let's dig deep. Let's dig deeper into this. I will get into the comment section. I can see someone, Capri Bangra, saying, Fred, sign up on MUDRYK. Can see Carrier saying it's too much. Then I can see William saying, why is us not taking too long? Anyway, quite a lot coming in the comment section. We'll be getting into the comment section later. What you need to do right about now is to make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell, so that you do not miss out on whatever we've got to bring to you, as long as it is sports and as long as it is Arsenal related, then why not? Okay. Let's dig deep into. Let's get into the Mikhail MUDRYK one. We've been talking about JOAO FELIX and everything about JOAO FELIX. You've got to know about it, and now we're going to be heading into the one and only Mikhail MUDRYK. Okay. I can see Kanu. Kanu saying, hi, can you tell me about Mikhail MUDRYK? Arsenal transfers, Edward Kanu, Freetown, Sierra Leone. Thank you. And I can see London is red. We are getting these two players. I can see David, when are you getting Mikhail MUDRYK? We signed them both. Okay. I'll be replying all your comments. Just what you need to do is to stick around and make a point, subscribe, ring that notification bell so you do not miss out on what we've got to bring, as long as it is sports, as long as it is Arsenal related. Okay, let's dig deep into the Shakhtar Donetsk football player and also the Ukraine international. Okay, we need to dig deep into this. So, Mikhail Mudryk, obviously, for those of you who already know who Mikhail Mudryk is, definitely Mikhail Mudryk is one of the best football players that you can ever get right about now. You definitely know that Mikhail Mudryk has been a wonderful football player for a very long period of time, and is still young, only 21 years old, been playing quite well, and he is a great Arsenal supporter. That's quite extraordinary, and that's why it's becoming very easy for Arsenal to get this gentleman, because he is an Arsenal supporter. He follows every little game that Arsenal plays. Every game that Arsenal plays, he is always on that game. He always plays that. He always watches the games. A massive supporter. And when his agent was contacted, the agent of Mikhail Mudryk said, Arsenal do not need to worry, because consider it a deal done, sealed, and confirmed. Because if Shakhtar Donetsk is going to say goodbye to Mikhail Mudryk, it's only going to be because Mikhail Mudryk is an Arsenal fan who wants to play for no other team apart from Arsenal. The fact that Chelsea is trying to hijack this gentleman. Chelsea is trying to have Mikhail Mudryk for themselves, but Mikhail Mudryk is not interested in Chelsea. So that's a big bonus. That's a big bonus. They might offer him quite a lot of money, but with football players, sometimes money doesn't matter. It's always about happiness. If they are happy where they are, they always tend to remain there. After all, it's not little money. When you look at it, it's not little money, although it might be less than what they could be offered somewhere else. It's not little money. So the Shakhtar Donetsk football player came out on several occasions. If you've been on his Instagram pages, if you've seen his socials, you have realized that he is a massive Arsenal fan, and he's been posting himself about his future, about Arsenal, about him playing for Arsenal, about the transfer. Arsenal transfer is quite rare for a football player to give green lights for a club to go and sign him on social media, and that's quite great of him. He's been saying Arsenal is the club that he definitely wants to play for, and Arsenal should come sign him. So Stan Kroenke and also Josh Kroenke definitely have agreed that this gentleman should be signed. And the technical director of Arsenal, Mr. Edu Gaspar, has also been much into this transfer, saying he is the man to have. He's definitely the man to have. So let us know what you think in the comment section, so that definitely we can always move along. As the possibility, I'm telling you, take it from me, a possibility of Arsenal getting this gentleman is more than 90%. Trust me, because he already likes the club. He likes the club. There's nothing that is going to stop him from joining Arsenal. Definitely nothing is going to stop him from joining Arsenal. It's going to be a very brilliant move. It's going to be a very wonderful move for Arsenal, and Arsenal will get quite good results. Definitely, Arsenal will get very wonderful results once they get him. So, some people have been asking about the combination of Joao Felix, and it is a possibility. It's going to be very possible for Arsenal to have this gentleman. Actually, both players, the Shakhtar Donetsk football player and the Atletico Madrid football player. So Mikhail Mudryk and Joao Felix are most likely going to sign for Arsenal. Why? Because what they have to offer at the moment is less. What Arsenal have to offer to Atletico Madrid for Joao Felix is not a lot of money, though it's in a very short period of time, a period of time for 6 months. And however, the big investment that Arsenal could be making is for Shakhtar Donetsk, which is £100 million, and actually it's Arsenal. You would remember that at first Arsenal had a bid that was rejected, and that was £50 million. And Shakhtar Donetsk said, "We're definitely not giving you this lad for £50 million." And second bid definitely went on, and Arsenal had to bid £80 million, and that was also rejected. And right about now, the Shakhtar domestic football player is more than ready to join Arsenal, as you can tell, as you already can tell, that things have been going on quite well, because the management at Arsenal, top management, has agreed to pay out the cash, as the manager himself, Mikel Arteta, has come out and said, this is the top man for the job. This is the gentleman for the job. So you definitely need to cash in. You need to bring the money. You need to put the money on the table for us to secure the Premier League title. So let us know what you think about Arsenal winning the Premier League title. And if you like the Shakhtar domestic football player coming to Arsenal, you can give us a thumbs up. If you like Mikhail Mudryk going to Arsenal, you can also give us a thumbs up. It doesn't matter. Give us a thumbs up for Mikhail Mudryk if you want him to sign for Arsenal, or you can give us a thumbs up for JOAO FELIX. JOAO FELIX for signing to Arsenal. Okay. Let us know what you think, and I think it's been quite great having you here. We are always live. Just if you want to always join us, just make your point, subscribe, ring that notification bell. As we always talk about sports, we always talk about transfers, who's going where. We talk about done deals. We talk about everything about Arsenal. We do watch alongs, match reactions, everything you need to know about transfers and everything you need to know about Arsenal. We are always ready to give it to you straight as it comes. Otherwise, I have to say thank you, and thank you for being part of this podcast. I must say thank you again for being part of this podcast. We meet tomorrow, same time. Thank you and goodbye for now.